Okay, day 127, Hillary's Henchmen. I'm going to talk a little bit about Petraeus and his involvement with McCain. Between McCain, Hillary, and Petraeus, they kind of create a cabal that controls the Senate Armed Services Committee since 2001. And they've basically used this Palantir software to manage these sex trafficking rat lines, especially overseas, especially South America and so forth. But now it's being used in the United States as well. And I'll show you why that's troublesome. Anytime a senator like John McCain is taking $1 million from Saudi Arabia, first of all, it doesn't have a lot of moral high ground. I mean, Saudi Arabia did 157 beheadings last year. They are very involved in, unfortunately, David Petraeus and others, generals and so forth, have been very involved in providing very young child brides to these, almost all the king's sons and sons and sons of sons. And then, but to top it off is then to try to make a foundation saying that you're going to use this Palantir software. First, trying to make me believe that Ashton Kutcher developed Palantir software is a stretch, but then to be kind of lectured that Palantir is going to be managing this for the welfare and benefit of all these women. Well, if you look at Novo Foundation, for instance, it's a Buffett foundation. It's an oil deal foundation, and I'm sure in this foundation 97% of the girls go to a great home, but I'm sure this marriage here will be listed as a save, where a poor girl being abused was put into a wealthy, loving home. And that's the problem here, is when you have this poor moral compass and this kind of, and these are the people that you're dealing with, everything you do, it rings false. All these things ring false. I'd rather have a general who just comes out and says, this is a regime that beheads people and takes child brides, and this is not really a bride. This is child rape. And I'd rather have a general that does that than all these foundations and so forth that are kind of these artifices to keep you away from the truth. So that's my point. Palantir is a great piece of software if it's used for the right purposes, but it's when it's used to track young girls that then are ferried out to these oil sheiks. It loses its moral gravity. So that's part 2 today.